rockers, welcome back to the channel. GungHoGuns here. Yes, the mustache, the cheekbones, and the ankles. Basically, if Bon Jovi had a love child with a leather couch, that would be me. And yes, I am holding a guitar. And yes, I am somehow playing Blue Protocol Star Resonance at the same time. Don't ask me how, I'm just built different. I accept that, okay? Anyway, today we're diving into the Soul Musician class. This class is absolutely chaos in audio form. You're not just fighting monsters, you're basically running a nightclub at gunpoint. Buff your mates, you heal their wounds, you drop some magical nukes that even Guns N' Roses would stand up and say, "My God, this is loud." So, my friends, lace up those dancing shoes, tune those guitars, polish those mustaches, and let's get funky with the Soul Musician first look. All right, thank you again, my lovely friends, for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and throw a comment down below if you enjoyed the chaos. Every time you do so, it fuels my ego and keeps this magnificent mustache going. Now, let's get into it. And I'll start with this. The Soul Musician class is not what you think it is. When I first saw this class, I thought, oh, here we go, it's a bard class. Like, I'll just stand in the back, play some guitar, wonderful songs, call it support, do some damage. You know, the kind of, support, not really a healer, not really a DPS, kind of in between that you would normally see in a bard. Wrong. I was wrong. This is not what that is meant to be. The Soul Musician is actually your main or one of your main healers. This is one of the classes that can actually fully heal a group and is expected to be the main healer of that group. So keep that in mind. Now, the class comes with two specs. You will start in the Dissonant spec. This is, again, where you kind of throw down a bunch of healing beats, supportive tunes, while pumping out some really serious damage. Again, super fun to play. At level 40, you are going to unlock the Concerto spec. And this is where things get a little crazy. A little bonkers, if I may add. Huge numbers, more bonkers, more power. Again, I had a lot of fun in this spec, I'm not gonna lie. I get the thing that you need to go with for attributes is intellect is your number one, crit and haste, so you can strum even faster. Again, really fun. Let's dive into the actual skills now. All right, my friends, so these are the skills that we have that are part of this, and I'm gonna split them into kits to make things a little easier so you can understand what kind of play style you want to play with this class, because there are different things that you can actually do. You can turn this class into like a buffer damage class, maybe a little bit of healing. So anyway, your top three moves are your fixed core abilities. Your String Strike, pretty much think of it as your basic attack. It deals damage and it heals allies based on the percentage of the damage that it deals. It's like a passive sustain, best used as like a span between your different abilities, if you will, like a filler. The next one is Amplified Beat. This is your special. It's like a cheap single target damage. It dumps a lot of your passion resource before it caps. It boosts your harmonic anthem hits after that. Best way to understand that. And then lastly, we have our Execute, or our ultimate, if you will, Rock the Stage. This is pretty much heals, it shields the entire team, it grants tons of passion, and on top of that, it deals more damage. Use it pretty much in a raid-wide damage, or in emergencies, you can use this to get your team to survive, or, tap them off and things like that. Now, I have broken into 3 different kits going forward, just to make things a little easier. We're going to go with the Healing Melody kit. We're going to start off with that one if you want to be a serious healer. Starting things off with the melody, Heroic Melody. This is a hot channel, costs performance energy every second, it heals every 3 seconds, buffs your strike or your String Strike into Fear Strike. Pretty much best way to think about it is sustained healing, okay? Then we have Healing Melody. Healing Melody is a stronger channel, places a speaker on the ground that echoes other big heals. Use it in like sustained big damage phases. This is the best to use for that. Then we have the 5-fold Crescendo, one of my favorite abilities in this whole thing. It's a big AoE heal. Use it when the raid dips. It will pretty much throw a speaker out and keep everybody alive. Best way to look at it. And then lastly, we have Encore. Encore is the best raid-wide buff plus sustain in this entire game, in my opinion. It will buff 10 allies with super armor, 50% chance to trigger free damage and healing when they cast their abilities. It's just ridiculous. So Encore, always, in my opinion, always have it on no matter what you're going to play, have this ability on. Now we're going to go into the hybrid heals and damage kit. This is where you can kind of do a little bit of damage, but also heal all kind of together, right? Starting off with the ROF, Rhapsody of Flame. This is an AoE heal plus cleanse plus damage zone. It will also give a plus 10% fire damage buff. You want to use this often. Again, one of the best utilities as well in this entire kit, but it is more offensive based. Then we have, right after that is Passion Burst. Big AoE damage plus cleanse. This charge, you can charge it for longer for more damage or stronger damage. With center stage, it will instantly become a max tier. Use this for like raid burst damage when you just have a ton of raids. Maybe you have other healers. You can use this to pump that damage out. Okay. And lastly, we have the damage buff tools. This is where that bar comes into play, starting off with the Harmonic Anthem. This is an AoE slam damage, scales higher if preceded by amplified beat. This ability right here. It becomes even more damage. The best way to use this is when the healing is light, pretty much meaning you need to help a little bit or you're not taking a lot of damage. This is going to just, take care of that for you. And then lastly, we have Center Stage. This buffs up your next attack or your next skill. Like for example, your double crescendo healing, instant T3 passion burst, double harmonic anthem damage. I mean, it's crazy. You can time this to give you that double or whatever burst windows. I mean, you can actually plan ahead and just do some crazy stuff with this skill right here. All right, so really quick, I'm going to again give you the options that I've chosen and how I play this with the flex options. Again, there's many different ways to play this class, but me personally, I wanted the best group healer and buffer build, level 30, level 40-ish, just so I can again push those raids, get that armor. This is, and I've tried them all, this is what works best for me, and here is the ones that I've chosen. Obviously with the top three, you can't change those are your fixed skills. But coming in as number 2, if you will, right here is our Healing Melody. The reason why I've chosen this one over everything else is your speaker. It will drop the speaker for sustained AoE healing, echoes other big heals. Always have this on your bar. Trust me, guys, no matter what you want to play this, Healing Melody is just one of those you always want to have on. Number 2, or number 3 in this case, I should say, is the 5-fold Crescendo. This is my clutch burst AoE heal, especially when the speaker is active, the healing is doubled. It's just a crazy amount of healing that it will actually do. So keep that in mind. Drop the speaker first and hit the 5-fold Crescendo. Oh my God. All right. And then coming in at number 3, or the third ability, or the third flex, if you will, I have chosen the ROF, Rhapsody of Flame. This is a big AoE heal, plus cleanse, plus fire damage buff. This is a lifesaver in debuff heavy fights. And lastly, I went with Encore. Like I said, this is literally the best raid buff ever. It gives the allies, all your allies, super armor, plus random free heals damage perks. Amazing raid wide value, bar none. I promise you guys, Encore, have it. So this is pretty much the skills that I've chosen. Feel free to try everything else. I mean, like I said, I've tried them all, but this combo seems to work best in how I like to play. And, let's go from there. All right, it's really hard to show you the rotation in play because there's really nothing to heal, but I'm going to kind of go over the core principles and I'll give you an example of how I do it, just so it's a little easier for you guys to understand. So let's go into the core priorities of what you guys should be doing. Our number 1 ability that we want to do here is our actually number 2, and that is to drop that speaker with Healing Melody. So what I like to do, and it's just me personally, is I like to do a left trigger, our string strike, first, just to kind of get in there and do something. You don't have to do that. You probably shouldn't do that, but that's just what I like to do. It's just a bonehead thing to do. But what you really should be doing is dropping that healing melody, put that speaker down ASAP, which is our, again, number 2. And just like that, you will see it right here. It drops that speaker, and now everything is going to be doubled. Then you're going to want to do your number 2, or your strike here, your string strike. You're going to want to do that in between your heals. Just make things a little easier. Free sustain healing, if that kind of makes sense. The next thing that you want to do is your ROF, Raspberry of Flame, and you want to do this on cooldown. The reason for that is, again, big AoE cleanses. It will cover literally for everything. And then you just do one of these, pop it in there, just like that, and it is good to go, right? Again, that's going to cover literally everything in your group. Right after that, we want to do is a 5-fold crescendo, or that's at least what I like to do. But I always want to make sure that you have that speaker up before you do any of that stuff, right? Then, as soon as you have the speaker, you're going to, again, want to use that 5-fold crescendo, just like that. Look at the amount of healing that thing does. And then you're going to want to do encore right after that. And again, that's going to be your encore right before big boss mechanics, raid wife, AoE damage. This is going to give that armor to all your people, plus sustained damage, plus healing. And then after that, obviously, we have our R ability, which is, again, this is like your oh shit button. If something happens, your group's about to wipe, this is going to restore, keep everybody alive, and all that good stuff. And then your number 1, again, we really don't use this much here, but it is like amplify beat. It's more for the harmonic anthem combo, but again, it is a little extra damage, a little extra healing. Why not use it, right? Thank you guys very much for watching. I really hope you guys learned something. Try out that rotation and let me know what you think. Like I said, so far, I've been able to out-heal pretty much any boss fight that we've been in. I did most of the raids now on the hard difficulty with pretty easy peasy mechanics, I'm not gonna lie. So again, the healing and the buffing is a really good combo here. Let me know what you guys think. Give it a try, and I'll see you guys later. Have fun, everybody.